Hello, my beautiful friends. Welcome to Lifestyle Manifesting. I'm Shannon, and on my channel, I am talking all about manifesting as a lifestyle, every area of your life. Be the deliberate designer, the creator of your life. Today, I want to talk about my self-concept course because in the last 3 days, I have 9 success stories that were so powerful, and what my clients did to manifest their specific person. All 9 of them manifested their specific person. They manifested their specific person in different time frames, some of them quickly, some of them it took a couple months. But what they all did was implement exactly what I had in that course. They implemented they went through the exercises and they knew they had to think from the version of them who already has their desire. Think from that version of you who has that desire. So that means consistently through your day, you're having thoughts like, I'm already in the dream relationship. I'm already, I'm already the wife, okay? I'm already the girlfriend. I'm a girlfriend. What does that feel like to be the girlfriend? What does that feel like to be in a relationship? What thoughts are you having? What are you saying to yourself consistently through the day? Because whatever you're saying to yourself consistently through the day is what's manifesting in your world. So if you're consistently having doubts and worries, what's going on? I haven't heard anything. Am I doing something wrong? Well, you're not in your power. Being in your power and taking your power back means you know you're the creator, you know you're the operant power, and everything is responding to you in your world. Everything in your world is a reflection of you. It's a guarantee. They must manifest. Your specific person must manifest, and the only thing you need to do is focus on that version of you who already has your desire. Stop wondering and stop having doubts and stop being the old version of yourself, the old self-concept, your old self-concept that has worries and doubts and fears and insecurities. You don't have to go through the work of all of that. All you have to do is decide right now that you are the new version of you, and you let the old self-concept die off completely. You don't give any importance to your old self-concept. You don't start reminiscing about what happened. You don't start worrying and doubting if it's working. The version of you that manifests your specific person says, I got this. It's done. I know I'm great. I know we're together. I know that they love me. And even if you didn't believe it, that's okay. You don't have to believe it 100%. You just keep affirming it. They love me. They love me. Okay, why would they love you? Well, go ahead and start to affirm that additional self-concept because I am amazing and I am a perfect partner and I have a lot to offer. So let your mind go to that vision of who you are and how you see yourself and how you want to be seen by your specific person. When you do that consistently, it is a guarantee that your manifestation will materialize and it will be your life that you're living. It is a guarantee. It's law. So if you haven't manifested your specific person or your desire, what that means is you continue to persist. You continue to persist. If you start to look at why it didn't happen, now you're putting your focus on it didn't happen. When all you need to do is keep persisting because it must manifest. It must manifest. All right, guys, I'm going to answer questions. Hello. I found out his ex is pregnant. They're not together. He told me we need to stop seeing each other for right now. What can I do? My emotions are everywhere. I know it's not true. I don't want it. It's not true. You have to detach from the story. You detach emotionally. A powerful manifester does not feel that emotional attachment to that desire, that unwanted desire. Focus on that reality you want and start putting your attention there. Because the more you get caught up in this whole story, you just create that story in your reality. It'll just stay there. It'll be part of what you're experiencing because you're focused on it, because you have this emotional attachment to it, because you have the feelings about it. Start feeling more that you're in charge. Start knowing and deciding you get to create your own reality. Start putting your mind on that vision, right? Your imagination is on that vision of the experience that you do want. Start feeling the experience you want. Start feeling what it feels like to feel loved. I don't care what he said. I don't care. All you have to do to manifest this is go in your mind and see the two of you together already. It's already done. If you need additional help, join my free Facebook group so you have other people to help you support or help support you on seeing the new vision of your world. If you want to level up and you want to be part of my VIP monthly subscription manifesting group, join that group. I go live in that group several times a week. I do a weekly Q&A. I give motivation and inspiration. There is a private chat to chat with me or anyone else in the group. There's a feed with all different success stories, all different topics that can help you stay on your mental game, because this is a mental game. I'll have an interview soon, and I want to manifest getting paid well and bonuses. Okay, well, that's what you affirm. Whatever you want your life to be, you affirm that life. I'm getting paid. I'm the highest paid person in my field. That's your thought. That's your affirmation. I am the highest paid person in my field. I am always getting bonuses. I'm always making more than I expected. Money is always coming in. My boss and the company and people I work with, they love me. They love who I am. They love how I produce, or, like whatever your career is or your field, like they love what you bring to the table. They love it. They see it. They see the value you have. I mean, you paint that whole picture of who you are. Okay, so you're someone who, you always get the promotion, you always get the bonus, you always make the most money, and money just keeps flowing in, and the opportunities are always coming to you. I had movement, Mara. I had movement, SP, and I are talking again after almost 2 weeks of no contact. After 2 weeks of no contact, you have movement. You're talking again. Okay, Stephanie, look at that. All you have to do is consistently, but it's consistently tell the story in your mind of what you want. You're consistently affirming that story. And you're not giving your attention to what you don't want, because if you're giving your attention to it, it means that you're viewing it as important. And you're giving your attention to it, and now you're giving it importance, and that just creates that reality that you don't want. So you have to think, what's important to you? What's important to you? Well, the most important thing to you should be the life you're living, because you're living your life. So what is the life that you want to be living? Affirm that reality. Affirm that you're loved and you're wanted. Affirm you're already in the relationship. Consistently affirm. Put your attention on something else that will make you not focus on that story of, the story that's playing out. You're going to know it exists. It's not like you're ignoring it at the same time, you're God. So God knows everything exists. But God says, okay, it all exists, but I want to experience this. And what's that? What is this that you want to experience? Don't focus on what you don't want to experience. You focus on what you do want to experience. Anyway, Mara, congratulations. That's exciting. Yeah. How can you change the outcome back to Stephanie, how do you change the outcome? You focus on you. Now, you elevate yourself and elevate the way you see yourself. See yourself as the one who's chosen. See yourself. It's not like you're chosen by them, but like you're choosing yourself. You're choosing yourself. You're the one who gets what you're the one who gets everything you want. You're the one who's the magnet. You're the one who's the prize. Yesterday or the day before yesterday. No, yesterday I did a video. I went live in my VIP group yesterday about how to feel like you're the prize. It was a really great workshop I did in my group. If you want to join free for 3 days, the link's in my bio. Join my VIP group. You can check it out and see if you like it. And watch that video, I am the prize, or how to feel that you're the prize. And when we look up, what are synonyms? How can you get into that state of feeling like, if you want someone to be obsessed with you or addicted to you, or they want you and they love you, or they just really care about you, they see you as the prize, then start getting in your mind, what is that? What does that look like? The prize. Well, prize, what are synonyms? Jackpot, right? Treasured. As you do a little bit of focus on what you want, you start to saturate your mind with that picture. What does it feel like to be treasured? What does it feel like to be the prize? When you're the prize, okay, when I go to auctions, like I would feel like I always have these auctions to go to. I go to the auction and I make a bid for that prize. Okay, the prize, I want the prize. Not only do I want that prize, there are so many other people, they're bidding for that prize too. They're even outbidding me to get it. And I want that so bad that I'm bidding higher. And I'm like, oh, I'm gonna bid higher, right? I'm bidding higher for that prize because I want it, because I see its value. Okay, so imagine that you're the prize. What does that feel like? What does that feel like? Like, I want that prize. What do I do when I get that prize? I appreciate it. I value it. I keep it with me. I don't just like put it to the side. I didn't just leave it for someone else to pick it up. I didn't forget about it. I got the prize that I wanted. I take care of that prize, whatever the prize is, right? So now start to feel like, what does that feel like to be the prize? How would it feel if you're the prize? How does that feel that your specific person would go above and beyond to be with you? That you're treasured, that you're seen as the jackpot, you're honored, you're important. Feel that. Feel that version of you. Close your eyes and feel that version of you. That is what you need to do. And because as you do that, why will that work? Because as you focus on yourself, you're putting your attention to yourself, which your world is like a magnet. It will just come to you. Your specific person will start to turn the focus on you. If your focus is on third party story going on, the whole focus goes over there. You'll keep seeing that in your reality. Your reality is impersonal, meaning there's no good and bad or right and wrong. It's impersonal. 3D reality, this physical world, is impersonal, and it's only reflecting and confirming whatever's within you. So if within you, you're feeling insecure and doubt and worry, and you're feeling like someone else is important, or you're worried you're not loved and you're not wanted or you're not lovable, then reality's impersonal. It's going to show you. Reality will show you what's within you. So in order to manifest the love that you want, you think how you want to feel. Start feeling like you're the prize. What does that feel like? And it can happen really fast. And I started this video talking about the 9 people I just in 3 days have 9 success stories from my Master Your Reality by Mastering Yourself concept course. And some of those success stories did take a little bit of time, but don't focus on the time, even if it took 3 months. The point is, you want to go in your mind and imagine it's now, not in 3 months, but the person who's manifesting quickly is able to dissolve the idea of time, because time doesn't even exist. Time doesn't exist. It doesn't. We can't go into the future and we can't go into the past. We can only be in the present moment. So the fastest way to get your manifestation is to remove the idea of time. And now think that you already have your desire. You think and feel that you already have your desire right now. So you're going to do that with affirmations by saying it. I have my desire. I am already loved. We are already together. And why might we need to, linear time exists, but you're seeing the bigger picture, that everything's existing simultaneously. And there are infinite realities that you could tap into. The reality you're experiencing right now is the reality it is because of your consciousness, what you're thinking, what you're assuming, what you're believing. If you want to shift more dramatically, and it's not even really more dramatically, that's just, again, that's an appearance or an assumption that I'm making. So let's not even say that it's dramatic. You want to shift into that reality where you're together. Start saying it's normal and natural that things manifest quickly. You'll create that reality. You'll create that. Your thoughts and assumptions and the feelings and how you believe, your belief system is manifesting your reality. You change your beliefs about knowing linear time doesn't exist. Now just start feeling you have the desire now. Even you have to feel, you just start telling yourself it's true, even though it's not, because right now you're believing something that's not even necessarily true either. It's not real. Okay? It's not real. It's not real in the essence or in the fact that you change your conception of your experience in the world, and your world changes in shapes and forms around you. So if you want to experience a new reality, you have to have different thoughts. If you have the thoughts from yesterday and the thoughts from this morning and the thoughts about the problem, then you stay in the reality where that problem exists. You're just staying in the problem, that area, reality where the problem exists. That's what we've been doing, most of us, for a lifetime. And that's why it just feels like, oh, okay, little movement, because that's how you think reality works. Shift up your understanding about reality and keep saying, I'm going to test this. I'm intrigued enough to try this. Stop feeling emotional about it. Start feeling intrigued about the possibilities. And now, your consciousness, so that's the thoughts and the thoughts you're having, really, because your thoughts create your beliefs. That's why you're saying affirmations. Affirmations will create a new belief. So keep affirming. Everything exists now. Keep affirming, I can jump into the reality I want now. How do you do that? You're going to do that by having the thoughts. I'm already madly in love. I'm already with my partner. I feel loved. I am loved. But to be in that reality where you're with your person and loved, this is you and this is your person, right? To be in the reality where you are loved and they're taking you out on Valentine's Day and they're surprising you. This version of you is not freaking out about a third party, is not all emotional, okay? So if this person, if you are all emotional about the story that you're telling, then that story must be in your reality, and that person, your SP, is in your reality like that. I'm having a baby, whatever the story is, okay? For your reality to change, you have to have new thoughts. Okay, will it happen overnight? It can. That possibility exists. But the point is, you have to persist and be consistent with your new thoughts. Your new thoughts are, okay, what are you going to say to yourself? Well, you talk yourself into the new reality. Okay, if you're newer at this, you could think it sounds wild and crazy. Those of you who keep proving it to yourself over and over know the truth of this. You just have to talk yourself into that reality. So you would say things like, okay, I believe it. I believe that all creation exists now. So you're affirming that belief. And then you'll see more evidence of it, right? I believe that's possible. There's not only the perception of linear time, but the fact that all of creation exists and there's really only the present moment. We can only prove in the present moment. We can't move to the future. We can only be in the present moment. Okay, what else? You could be talking yourself into, I guess I'm God of my reality and everything's responding to me. And okay, I want to test this. I'm God of my reality. I am the operant power. No one in your reality has any consciousness. You're the one with consciousness. There are simultaneous realities all happening at the same time. I feel like one of the biggest keys is for you to think from your own perspective about what you want. Instead of thinking what that person wants or what someone wants for you, you've broken free of being unconscious in your life. Now you're a conscious creator. As a conscious creator, you only entertain in your mind the reality and experiences that you do want. And you give no focus or attention to the things you don't want, because those will just go away. It will just work itself out. Don't try to figure it out. Don't try to go into your logistical mind. Being realistic. Your job is really just to choose. and affirm your reality consistently. Okay, I'm choosing this reality where I'm in this solid relationship, great communication. So how can you also focus on that new reality? Well, start getting clear about what would a relationship look like to you. So you could take out a notebook and just start writing down, okay, in a relationship, okay, the relationship I'm in, it looks like this. And now start writing it. We treat each other as a priority. We're madly in love. There is the best chemistry ever. We have this deep connection. My partner is chivalrous. My partner is compassionate. My partner is loving and kind. My partner is successful. My partner is conscious, like aware and knowing how to create reality. You create whether or not your partner knows that or not in your reality, all of it. It's really like writing a book, and you're writing the book of your life. So right now you're writing the story. Whatever you're writing is really what you're thinking, right? What you're thinking and assuming and feeling is outpictured in your world, like a 3D printer, and it's outpictured in your world. So now that you know you're writing the story, stop writing the story that this is part of your story that you're writing of what's happening. Okay, so you need to put your focus on what you do want to experience, not what you don't want to experience. Okay, good trouble. I'm at 5 months, no contact, long distance, bad ending, no movement that I can see. I just talked about you're writing the story of your life. Now that's the story you're writing. That's the story you're thinking, that's the story you're writing. Do you want to write that story anymore? Start writing the story of your life. That means you're going to focus your attention. Whatever is in the contents of your imagination is what you're creating in your reality. So in your imagination, which is more real than the physical world, because that's first causation. In your imagination, you're going to tell yourself what you want, right? What you want to experience. Okay? We are in contact. We live together. Go to the end of what you want. Whether or not you want to live together or live in the same town or what that looks like to you. Okay? I'm seeing, so you wouldn't even say I'm seeing movement because we're not there. Go to the end, not seeing movement, like there is consistent contact. Our relationship is better than ever. Do you want to create that story or do you want to keep creating the story, experience, life? We could call it life. Do you want to create life, your life? Okay, no contact, long distance, bad ending, right? There's like a little bit of emphasis on that. It was bad. Okay, well, but I know it feels like a fact. In order to change your reality, you are not putting attention on all of that. In order to change your reality, you have to have new contents in your imagination. You rearrange the contents of your imagination. You rearrange what you think about. So you need to be thinking. That's why you put your focus on self-concept. If you could think about yourself as, I'm the greatest. I'm beautiful. I'm a catch. I am beautiful. I am loving. I'm proud of myself. I'm doing a great job. If you could put your focus on yourself, create the character, develop how you want to feel and be and see yourself, you'll be that. Your reality you'll be living that life. That's why you put the focus on yourself, because otherwise you might put the focus on the SP, him, her, whoever it is. You're feeling bad. You're remembering a story. Now you remember that story and that just keeps you who you are. You remember that story and you feel bad. That just keeps you in that reality or that experience. To shift your experience and to live a different experience, to have the life you want, you're thinking different thoughts. And you're not giving any importance to the past. So what thoughts do you want to think? Well, think about yourself. That's going to be number one. This is all a manifestation anyway. Think of this as an avatar. You're an avatar. We can change our avatar easier than people believe. Okay? Don't follow social media and stuff where people scrutinize in the beauty industry and their bodies and this and that, because we know something different. We know that this is an avatar and we can shift our bodies as easily as a plastic surgeon goes in and makes changes. You have that ability and possibility to do that. You just might not think that. You never really entertain that possibility. I'm telling you, it exists. I know. I do it with my own body, with my own life, and I've done it even with other people close to me by imagining what I wanted to hear and see. And I wanted, I was imagining how I wanted them to feel if they weren't feeling well or someone was having a bad experience. I'm going in my mind, and I'm imagining something different. I'm imagining them saying something different to me. You can only test it or prove to yourself in the testing. Sure, you'll sit here, listen to me, and you think, this sounds interesting. Or maybe you know on some level, otherwise you wouldn't be here. This is resonating with you. You've already probably manifested or seen some experience. Or you are just really having this desire, the strong desire, right? The burning desire, and this burning desire is helping you wake up to understand that you are infinite and you're infinite. I was gonna say, and you're living forever, okay? And you're not this. This isn't who we really are. You're formless soul in a human body and a human experience. That's the bigger picture. You can have anything you want. So if you want to be in the reality and the experience where you're loved, then you have to be saying, I'm loved. You don't judge yourself. You say, I'm perfect already. I'm already whole and perfect. Does that mean if we think we're whole and perfect, we don't want to grow and change and expand? No. I affirm I'm perfect. Yet at the same time, I know sometimes I want to change something about myself. And that's all okay. It's all about perception. It's all about your perception, okay? So you can do this, and you can do this right now. You really just need to surround yourself with conscious creators that know how to do this or help you, steer you into knowing that you're limitless, powerful people instead of all of the world that exists, and instead of you putting your focus on feeling small, feeling limited, being in fear, because none of that exists. When you know you're a conscious creator, you don't have to create that reality anymore. I'm not creating that experience anymore where I'm in fear. I'm not, because there's nothing to fear. There is nothing to fear. It's only coming from within you. How can we manifest health from chronic disease? Okay, well, so chronic means consistent, right? The word chronic, it's like all the time, consistent. I'm not sure the exact definition, but I know that that's what it means, right? Chronic, it's it continually have this, right? So we already have a definition or assumption from this word chronic. Okay, it's not 100% true. It's true because you believed it. It's true because of what we experienced in life and what we believed about life. And maybe we have a disease because of whatever we think we eat. All of that's not true either. Or we might think we have a disease because of genetics. That's not true either. When you understand, you can create any reality you want. You have to think from already being the person who is in that reality, because that version of you already exists. The version of you who's healthy and feeling great all the time exists. So what do you want to think? I am healthy. I breathe health and well-being. My body is a machine and it's magical. My body is incredibly powerful. I had 2 kids. I know that the body is incredibly powerful. I have gone to a Dr. Joe Dispenza retreat a couple of years ago. I saw people heal before my eyes, okay? I was a little bit like, whoa, this is crazy. I mean, it seems crazy, but it's not. It's incredible. I've healed the people in my own family. So I know you think from already, okay? So I know you might be in pain. So what could you say? I intend, instead of thinking I'm in pain, you shift your mind around everything, right? If you're taking medication, this medication, I mean, at least I'm trying to help you get there if this is the beginning of your, because you could literally declare I'm health, I'm well-being, and heal yourself, okay? But if you're taking medication, start saying this works for me. Start saying you're working with the best of the best. Okay, what can I do when those doubts come back and 3D is not the way we manifested it? Okay, so it's like a cycle. Do you see that you just have that perpetual cycle? How do you break that perpetual cycle? Because you're the first cause. You're the causation. If you're the cause and you're doubting, then your world, which is impersonal, will reflect your doubt. So how are you supposed to break the cycle when you keep seeing it in your world and it's in your face and you're like, how can you not see that? By knowing that you're the creator, number one. By knowing that you're the operant power. By knowing that you keep replacing that story in your mind and you keep affirming the version of you that you want. You keep affirming that reality that you do want. That's how you break the cycle. You know you've shifted and you break the cycle because when that unwanted experience comes, you're no longer reacting the same way. You're no longer feeling triggered. If you're still feeling triggered, it means that you essentially haven't necessarily shifted yet. Okay, if you're still feeling triggered, you're still feeling emotionally attached to that situation. So how do you determine, or how can you gauge that you've shifted into this new version of you who's more solid, that you'll see evidence of a reflection of your manifestation? Because you've changed. You change your reaction. You have to change your reaction. So what if the opposite happened? I don't care if the opposite happens. It's not even really opposite ever happening for me anymore. You will get to a place where that's not happening because you keep showing your world who you are, that you're in charge, because you already are in charge, but you haven't taken charge. So you take charge of your reality and you say, okay, I don't choose this anymore. Keep stepping into your power. Become part of a group like my VIP group where you level up and you, instead of thinking the world is against you or it's not working out, you'll be in a place to help you build your mental faculties to stay on a mental diet. It's a mental discipline. We also need to be reminded, because I'm sure our family and friends who are not awake to conscious creation are going to tell you, they're going to be also telling you your own doubts and fears. It's all existing. Put your focus on the area of life that you want. If you want to join my free Facebook group, join a group or a community that helps you stay in the vision of a wish fulfilled. Because sure, when you're newer at this, you could think, I don't know you could think you're crazy, or you could think it's not working, and then your world will show you it's not working. And then you might just say, forget it, I'm moving on. Okay, or you could be working on this for a long time. People come in here that I've never seen. They go, I've been working on this for 2 years. Okay, when you're consistent, and I know when you're working with me, you're going to have results. I know that because I create that and I have seen the evidence of that. So did that happen in the very beginning? It wasn't happening in the very beginning. I had to have a disciplined mind to see that, to visualize that. And then I was like, it's true. Well, it worked in every area of my life. Keep testing it, not just with the one desire or two desires, but it's like all you have to do is start to observe your world, and you'll start to recognize everything is a reflection of you. Just be an observer of your world. Just listen to people. Listen to what your friends say. Listen to what your family says. Just listen to them. Because when you listen and you're a little more quiet, just to observe, you're the observer. You'll be like, whoa. Now you'll observe. I remember when I started doing that in the beginning, I just started observing everything in my world. I just was a little more quiet and I just listened. And when I was with certain friends and they said something, and I was like, as I just listened, I was like, actually, they're repeating back my own beliefs and my own feelings. So if you observe your world, Like, I remember the things I was embarrassed about, and now I could see how those things manifested not only in my experience, but people around me with that experience. You just know it, you just see it. So observe your reality, because that's going to help you see more clearly that you're the creator, and that this is, it's a deeper truth, and it's a deeper conviction, like this is true. But my point is, surround yourself, whether it's listening to videos like this, surround yourself with conscious creators, because you will change your life. It's incredible. Can I manifest an apology from old SP who hurt me but not wanting him back to feel better? Yes, you can, and I have done that. And it manifested just like I imagined it. Okay, you can do anything. Just imagine what did he say to you? And you imagine, okay, so if he gave you that apology, how do you feel? Does it feel like, it feels pretty good, and it feels like a relief. And it feels, so sometimes someone may need that apology to move up, in a way to move on. Okay, and if that's something you need, then go for that. Okay, so what I did is I imagined what I wanted to hear, and I imagined how I feel. And I imagine feeling that sense of relief. And then in the bigger picture, so I imagined that, and then in the bigger picture, I actually moved on, and I was at a point where I didn't even care about getting that apology. There was a time where I really needed it, but when it did manifest, I didn't even care anymore at that point. I didn't need it anymore. I didn't need that for me anymore, because I had already shifted so much that I could just see that was all my old creation, and I forgave myself and I forgave him. I really needed to hear this. I already manifested him back. I already manifested him back, but he hasn't conformed and was sad. Okay, don't feel sad. Okay, I mean, here's the thing. We are allowed, it's not about being allowed to feel your emotions. You should feel emotions, okay? Feel the emotion of that sadness, but also at the same time, just feel it, and then just let that sadness dissolve, because you're gonna step into your power and you get to have what you want. There's really no need to be sad. There's no need to be sad, because he will conform. But if you're sad and you feel like he hasn't, you'll stay in that reality. So feel your feeling for the moment. It's not about suppressing. It's about feeling it and then letting go of it and saying, okay, that doesn't serve me anymore. Why does it not serve you anymore to be sad? Because you know you're the creator, and as the creator, as an empowered person, you know you can shift your reality right now, in the now moment. So right now, it's like, start saying, he has conformed. What does that look like, that he has conformed? What would that look like? And affirm that. It looks like he's telling you, you're gorgeous, you're beautiful. He's telling you he's blessed and lucky to be with you. You're feeling good, and you're feeling whole, and you're feeling complete. That's what you're feeling. At the same time, feeling whole and complete, don't base that on the condition of someone being in your life, okay? You're practicing feeling whole and complete first, okay? And then at the same time, that person it could feel whole and complete that person's in your life, but you create that. That's a feeling you create from within, right? That's personal validation. That's personal satisfaction. That's personal fulfillment. Okay, you're doing this right now. You're doing this right now. Right now, the fact that we're together here in this group, all of us in our own homes, in a group, but you're focused on the vision of what you want, and you're being empowered. You're feeling this empowerment because you needed to hear this, and I know you're already feeling better. Because when you're alone and you don't know what you're doing, and you think you do, and you try, you could get in that whole place of worries and doubts, okay? Sometimes we just need somebody to help us get back on track. I want to do that for you. I want you to see your success. I want you to have your manifestation. I have changed my whole life, so I know what it feels like. And the bigger understanding is that you're the creator, and this is really incredible. It really is incredible. Yeah, General Jasmine said, I guess I manifested those doubts again. What can I do to turn it around as fast as possible? Just start saying, okay, remember, you want to affirm what you want to feel and be. Okay, so the version of you who's doubting feels a certain way. So what you could think of when you're doubting, you could just think, how should I be if I'm already in this reality? Well, you would think the opposite of doubting, right? If you're doubting, you're unsure, you're insecure, but if you're the opposite and you're in that reality, you would feel sure. You would feel secure. You would feel confident. You would feel good. You would feel knowing. So those are the affirmations you can start with, right? You're affirming the reality that you want. You're affirming the version of you in that reality. So that version of you is saying, this is so great. I am secure. I'm sure. I intend to feel secure. I intend to feel sure. I am confident. I'm confident I'm getting everything I want. I personally like to do a little rampage sometimes. I'm like, I'm so confident I'm getting what I want. I am the God of my reality. Everything is responding to me and everything is coming to me. Everything wants to be in my possession. Things want to come to me because they feel the love that I hold within. They feel the inspiration of that love and inspiration I have within. So some sort of little rampage to yourself. Get yourself into it. It's talking yourself into this. Sonny, after 17 years of marriage, he dumped me, but still lives at home. His hot and cold been 3 months. Okay. You're saying you're living together. There's hot and cold behavior because you're probably affirming, right? You're affirming what you want. You're affirming, first of all, affirm yourself as I'm a goddess or I'm the God of my reality. I'm the operant power. It's really important that you affirm that consistently because you are, you just didn't know you were. And the more that you affirm it, the more you'll feel like you are, and the more your reality will show you you are. You'll keep seeing evidence of it, okay? So that's really important to say, I'm the operant power, or I'm the God of my reality, okay? Any of those is powerful. And you're focusing on the hot behavior. Every time you focus on the cold behavior, that now you got hot and cold behavior. So even if there's the cold behavior, whatever you deem that to be, how do you change it to all the reality you want, that hot behavior, it's all great? Then you have to demonstrate that you've changed. You're not perceiving it as cold behavior anymore. You would perceive it differently, like, okay, that's old reality playing out. Stop saying he dumped me. I mean, okay, I understand, you know that. But remember, all choices of reality exist. So, okay, stop thinking about the fact that he dumped you. Instead, start going in your imagination. You don't have to think about that. You go into your imagination and you just start thinking how good you look. Just say, I look so good. I'm attractive. I'm beautiful. I'm love. I radiate love. I radiate love that everyone is attracted to. I radiate love that he's attracted to. What is that story you want to say about yourself? You affirm that story, okay? And when you see cold behavior, you're going to remind yourself, sure, in the moment, maybe you don't feel that good. The more that you keep reminding yourself, it's just an old story playing out, then you're demonstrating that you're the operant power. You're demonstrating what you do want. If you put focus on what you don't want, you create what you don't want. If there's cold behavior and you're like, how? I know the example is usually like you're affirming, maybe you're feeling good, you got hot behavior, you're like, yeah. But then there was some cold behavior, it's something old playing out, or maybe some insecurity. Sometimes we don't know all of our harvest because we have so many thoughts in a day. So maybe 1 minute you're happy and then the next minute you're remembering how he dumped you and what he did to you. And then in your mind you're going in that circle of the whole conversation. And then you didn't even remember that you did that. But you did. And that's why the cold behavior came in. Okay, so when the cold behavior comes in, don't give it relevance or importance. You really have to learn to be like not fazed about it. How do you learn not to be fazed about it? Take a deep breath in the moment. Take a deep breath in the moment. Take a deep breath in the moment and say, what do I want with my life? What do I want? Because you don't want to focus on what you don't want. Just, it's cold behavior. Don't reminisce in your mind, why did he act that way? Am I doing something wrong? No, you just have to tell the story what you do want. And I've even revised in the moment. Revise in the moment that he's giving you a hug. Let's say he's really cold to you. Instead of wondering, why is he doing this? He's acting cold, because that puts attention on the behavior you don't want or the experience you don't want. If he's acting cold to you, what you could do is take a deep breath in the moment and imagine he comes up to you and gives you a hug. Just imagine what you do want. Imagine he says, you know what, I'm so sorry. You're important to me. Or, like what will feel a little natural to you in the moment. Maybe not you're important to me, but I do want to work this out. Or saying something nice to you. Just imagine him saying, I love you. I love you. Okay, I love you and I do want to work this out. Put that action step on it. I love you and, not I love you but I don't know if I can do this. No, I love you and then go to the end. Go to the end of what you want. But you can use revision right in the moment. I'm telling you, that is a powerful way to have your reality shift in the moment when you consistently revise in the moment to what you do want. It is a mental exercise because the 3D, if you're attached to it and you're emotional, then it's hard to do that. It can feel hard to do that. Okay, so instead of feeling attached and emotional, start thinking you're empowered, you're the God of you're the God of your reality, and start stepping into that empowerment. Do you understand you're already creating your reality? You're creating the hot and cold behavior. You created the fact that he wanted to move on or whatever, set him out. It's not that you created it intentionally. It's that it was unconscious because you didn't know. So don't even blame yourself. It's not about blame. This is about stop focusing on the reality in the past of what you don't want and start focusing on what you do want. So you start from a clean slate. And if you need to think the present moment only exists like every whatever millisecond or whatever smaller than a millisecond, right? Like every single moment in time is creating. So in the present moment, if you're feeling angry, just say, no, I forgive myself, I forgive you. Okay, in the present moment, we're together. In the present moment, okay, you're feeling that now in the present moment. So by the way, you could also feel you're together even when you're not together, even when they're somewhere else. You could feel together when you're at work. When you are in a relationship and you're together, it's not like you're together 24/7. Each of you go to work. Each of you have friends, each of you have family, maybe you have children, and you're doing different things. So you're not always side by side, but there's a feeling within, we're together or we're not together. So what I want you to do is create the feeling inside, we're together. You just affirm it. You just remind yourself, this is how I create reality. I found out I'm first cause, and I'm going to affirm it and keep seeing what happens. I'm going to keep testing it. And I want you to come more from, instead of like sad and emotional, I want you to be more like a scientist. Like this is a scientific experiment. But to be honest, I did take it as an experience, kind of like an experiment in the beginning. For me, in the beginning, I was using it as an experiment. I was like, let me try this. Let me try this. I just started assuming things. I'd assume things with my kids. They would reflect it. I'm like, oh, okay. That also helped me move away from feeling so emotional to feeling empowered because I was already doing it. I was already making assumptions about people in my world. When I change my assumptions, they reflect the change. But the key is you have to be persistent, consistent in that new perception or that new conception that you're holding of that person. You're not wavering back and forth. You're not wishy-washy. How do we focus on ourselves and also live in the end? Well, focus on living in the end is focusing on yourself. You focus on yourself and live in the end and say, I'm happy because I choose happy. I'm happy. It's a choice. Happiness is a choice. It's truly a choice. Because well, for some people, they don't see it that way. But some people, for many people, myself included years ago, my old self-concept, sure, I there were many times that I didn't feel happy because of what was happening, the condition and the circumstance. Okay. Sometimes I didn't have a personal feeling, so I could choose happy. But if I had a personal feeling, I didn't think it was my choice. It is a choice. It's a choice to be happy. So say, I'm choosing to be happy. I'm choosing to love myself. That's all living in the end. Living in the end is you being happy. That's living in the end of a relationship happy. Loving yourself is living in the end of a happy, loving relationship. Say, I choose me. That's living in the end. You chose yourself. Guess what's going to happen? Your people in your reality are going to choose you when you choose yourself. When you say, I love me, I choose me, I know I'm wanted, I want to have my life, I love my body, I embody me, I embody my body, I love being in my skin. When you feel this way about yourself, the world says, yeah, you do. People compliment you, they say nice things to you, they reflect that. If I don't feel good in my skin, what am I going to have? I'm going to have reflection. I might have some good reflections, right? Because we have general and specific beliefs. So my best friends will probably say, oh, you always look great. But if I have insecurities and I'm not comfortable in my skin, I might have a compliment like, oh, why'd you wear that? Or something, the world will reflect that. So you focus on yourself and you're living in the end. Focus on your self-concept. So self-concept meaning the version of you who already has your desire. So the version of you who already has the money in the bank is saying, I have the money in the bank. I can buy anything I want. That version of you is saying that consistently or thinking it. Okay. Or knowing it. It's also just knowing it. Like you don't have to affirm all the time, all day long. You could just say, I know this. There's things that I know that are just a fact of life, and that's why it is what it is. When I shifted and changed things I wanted to believe, like create a new belief, even about myself, once it became a belief, I didn't have to affirm it anymore because it's just a knowing. You just know it. So you could create that. You're someone who's able to know something very deeply with conviction. I would just affirm in the very beginning, I knew I was doing this, but it's kind of like, how do you, right? I'm sure many of you also understand, but it's how do you implement it? And how do you have success with it? Just keep thinking from the end of already having your desire. And I would think, I'm powerful at this. I'm so good at manifesting. I always get everything I want. I'm a master at this. I just know what to do. There's infinite, these were my affirmations. I didn't know what to do at the time. Do you understand that? It came over time. The answers came, even though I talk about there's not linear time, it came with consistent practice. Maybe I should say that. It came really when I started believing it myself. And the way for me to believe it myself, I needed to have consistent practice, and then it became a belief because I kept hearing it from myself consistently. Okay. Can you explain how money is energy? Everything is energy. Everything is energy. Energy is everything. This is just solid matter, like my body, my house, the city, right? It's all solid matter, but it's all energy, and it's all equal energy. There's no difference between money. There's only your perception. That's the difference. Your perception of, can you make $1,000 in a day? Does that sound natural to you? Or do you feel like you could only make $200 in a day? Or do you feel like it's natural for you to make $10,000 in a day? So start to change your perception about money. It's only a perception. Energy is everything. Everything is coming from your imagination. So there's no difference between anything. It's just a perception that we hold. Now change your perception about money. Start feeling that money is a part of you, because it is. Start feeling that you receive infinite money because it's available to you. It's really a perception. It's energy, but I also think from the idea that it's a perception. So you could change your perception about money by assume that it would be easy to spend, $1 million in a day. If you start entertaining that in your mind, you will start to see more money in your life. What if you had an extra $500 to spend today, and then tomorrow another $500, and every day you have an extra $1,000, and you keep adding on every day? Start to entertain that in your mind, and you're changing your perception about money. Because if you feel like it's only normal to make $50,000 a year, that's small, that's nothing. Start thinking it's normal to make $1 million a year. Start thinking that. Start changing your perception about money and playing with that in your mind. Play with that idea. You could ask your question, like what if questions are really powerful. What if I had XYZ amount of money and I could buy this? What if I had this? What if I had that? Actually, that works really with any desire and anything, because the what if puts your focus on that desire. What if my husband and I have rekindled our marriage? Okay, so what happens when you say, what if we rekindle our marriage? You're focused on the fulfillment of that desire. When you say rekindled the marriage, I even got a little bit of chills just doing that and saying that. Not only that, your subconscious mind pictures being together. And you're out picturing your world from within. So what if? That might be an easier way to do it for some people. What if? What if I won the lottery? I thought I saw somebody that asked about the lottery. What if I won the lottery? Okay, ask those kind of questions. What if I had an extra $1 million? What if I had the love of my life right here? What if I was living my dream life? That can help you get into the state of the end, or living in the end, or the state of the wish fulfilled, having your desire. So the purpose of any of those techniques is to get you into the state, to the feeling, to get you to feel like you have it. And you don't have to feel like you have it 24/7. You don't. You just have to practice that you felt it. And that's it. You could feel it a few times and say, okay, that feels good. It's done. Manifesting my dream job. I know I'm the perfect fit, but I'm scared I won't get the interview. Then you say, it's kind of like you want to, in a way, like downplay that, like you don't want to focus on I'm scared, because then you build that up, right? And you could feel more anxious and more scared. So how can you downplay that and feel like it's going to work out? Everything will work out for me. That's okay. I feel scared. Let me take that scared energy and use it towards my advantage. So it's about perception again. You take even any negative thought, you just change your perception about it. If you feel anxiety, just change your perception about it. Not that it's anxiety and you're terrified and it's not going to work out, but I'm anxious or I'm scared because I know I'm going to get this. I'm scared, and that's okay. Okay, so you can use that to your advantage. And then keep your affirmations just like you're saying. What does it look like to have your dream job? So paint the picture so you feel the fulfillment of that. What does your dream job look like? Does it look like you're traveling? Does it look like you're making so much money, XYZ? Put down the exact number. Are you working remotely? What would that feel like? What does your day look like? The more you paint that picture in your mind, you create that. If you don't, it doesn't mean you won't get what you want, but the more clear you are about something, you can manifest exactly what you want. So use your self-concept affirmations for the interview. Of course, you're going to get the interview because you're valuable. So what do you think to yourself? I'm valuable. I'm good at what I do. I'm someone who knows how to figure out the problem. I'm someone that it's easy to communicate. I always do a great job. So you focus on yourself and affirm how you want them to see you, because they'll see you that way. I'm the one they want. I mean, you'll get to that place where you're like, conviction. Everyone wants to work with me. I always am paid top dollar. I am highly sought after. I am number one in my field. I am the greatest. I am the greatest. How many artists are singing a song and they start yelling out in the middle of the song that they're the greatest? How many songs have you heard where that artist, the singer of the song, is like, I'm the greatest? They're saying that. Why do you think they're where they're at? Because they're saying that. They see themselves as the greatest. Why did Muhammad Ali say, I'm the greatest before he was the greatest? Why is every athlete visualizing, slam dunk the basket, right? The NBA players, they're imagining it's going in the hoop. The Olympic stars, the Olympic athletes, they're imagining going over the finish line. It's all visualization. It's all in your mind. It's all you do the same thing here. You're gonna have a beautiful life. You're already doing it. Actually, you're already creating. If you're scared, I'm not gonna get it. You just, okay, what's gonna happen? I mean, you have general and specific beliefs. So now you know you're conscious. Keep affirming it until you feel more confident. I'm confident. So something I would say is, people connect to me easily, right? So imagine you're already in the interview. The interview person is sitting across from you. I don't know, nowadays, I've never had any kind of job where I had to go on an interview because I've always been an entrepreneur and I always was working for myself. Well, actually, in real estate, I guess clients interviewed me, but I didn't really consider it. So imagine you're sitting across from them. They're interviewing you. What does the interview look like? If you were to tell your friends about that interview and about yourself, could you say, we had a great connection? It just felt really comfortable. Because if you're not thinking about all of that and creating it consciously, maybe you feel worried and scared and you walk in the room and you're like, it's uncomfortable, or you're on a Zoom meeting or whatever, right? Are you going to feel relaxed or are you going to feel nervous? If you're not sure, then start creating what you want it to be. I'm relaxed, I'm calm, I'm cool, I'm collected. People connect to me easily. People like me. This conversation is flowing. I always know what to say. I just have the right answer. When they ask me a question, I have the right answer. So a little rampage like that could help you get into that, like feeling comfortable and feeling good and feeling confident. And then you just rampage that to yourself. You'll consistently. And at some point you won't even need to, because you'll have that experience and you'll say, oh yeah, this is all happening. Right. You guys, I have to go. If any of you want additional help, join my free Facebook group. I have my VIP group, Master Your Reality. If you want to level up and be part of a community where you're leveling up, I go live in that group all the time. And there is so much support. If you're not subscribed, go to my YouTube channel and subscribe. And have an amazing day. Bye.